You won't believe what just happened. Well, Mr. Goat's tuffet is empty because he left after he said, "Forget this, Matt. If you're going to make a whole show with me sitting here providing Mr. Goat excellence and not even hit the record button on the camera." Ugh! It's 10:45 a.m. and we are doing today's show for a second time because I just did it for no one, in front of a camera that was not even turned on. It's Thursday, and you know what that means. Matt will go teach munchkins tennis. 3-year-olds, 4-year-olds, 5-year-olds, they all come together to learn tennis from a giant man baby, me. It's a wonderful thing. So on Thursdays, of course, we're very quick. We have to hurry. This was a bad day for me to do an entire show in front of a camera that was turned off. Let's get on with the show. Welcome to Coffee Break Tennis. This is the fastest growing tennis talk show in the world. I am your host, Matt Bradshaw. Your co-host usually sits upon his tuffet right there, Mr. Goat. But when he said he saw what kind of idiocracy is going on here, he saw what kind of bozo foolishness was happening, no cameras turned on, sorry, buddy. We'll see you next week. So he's out. He's a real professional. I'm kind of a bozo. It's the rematch, Chung versus Federer. And I'll tell you about it a second time today. I'm not going to let it go. How do you not press the record button? The lighting was terrible, so it's a little bit better now. Let's start off with Twitter, because this was my favorite. Oh, no, this isn't Twitter. This is a comment in the comment section below. Always, give us a thumbs up. I'm looking for something to hit at the camera. I have a story on Felix Auger-Aliassime, the Canadian tennis sensation that some of you don't know about and some of you are like super excited about. Too excited at this point, I think. I'm saving that for another day. I'm not going to crumple it up. Anyways, I won't hit anything at you. Ooh! Make sure you smash the subscribe button and give us a touch volley on the thumbs up. Touch. Here's my favorite comment from last video. Put it on screen. Mr. Goat's not here. I'll have to do it myself. Abhinav Ashraf. Did I say that right? Out there in India. We're going to be a little late today. Sorry if you're up late. Thanks for staying up. Last week, there was a name. K-S-H-I-T-I-J. I didn't say it right. The K is silent. But then some people commented below from India that in the Indian language, nothing is silent. There is no silent. So I got to look back on that. Comment below if you know more about that. I was confused by the mystery and intrigue of that. But I think that name, you pronounce it Shitij? Shitij? Let me know. Let me know if I'm getting it right. So Abhinav Ashraf says, how will Federer respond if he plays fast defensive players who are going to return like Chung? Ah! How will he do it? What a challenge. MKD writes back the best comment of the week. He will win. And I wrote, LOL, exactly, because I'm laughing, because it's funny. But he's right. He's right. Look, Federer is, you know the little sign they teach you in school? This way, that way, right? Federer's here, Chung's here. This is the symbol we get. Federer greater than Chung. Just the game. Now, look, this court, Indian Wells, it's slower. It's a better court for Chung to have a chance against Federer. If you're out there and you've been one of those people who says, I wonder what it would be like to see top form Djokovic versus this version of Federer. This is the closest we're going to get, unfortunately, because, you know, obviously I'm not going to say a Chung is as good as Djokovic at his best, because Djokovic at his best won a bunch of majors. But this is the closest thing we can get, because Chung, obviously, he admitted it, Djokovic is my idol. I modeled my game after Djokovic. That's what Chung said. He out-jokered Djokovic, as many of you have said, at the Australian Open. So this is as close as we're going to get to the top form Djokovic against this version of Federer, and I think this version of Federer, even on a slower hard court, he will win-win-win. Win-win-win. Because remember last year what happened? Roger played Rafa on a slow hard court, and all the experts, even though I said, guys, Roger is doing something special this year, 2017. It was early. We had the benefit of knowing he won the Australian Open against Rafa in 5 after being down 3-1 in the 5th set. But I said, guys, this is a special year we're about to witness from Federer. He will beat Rafa. And the experts, even people who are like Grand Slam champions on TV, they said, no, this court's too slow, hard court too slow. Rafa will win. This will be a real struggle for Roger. And Roger beat him something like 6-2, 6-3, straight sets, no problem. And I think Roger will do the same thing against Mr. Chung. Now, Roger played Jeremy Chardy very differently than he will play Chung, because Jeremy Chardy, he's a player who likes big, powerful shots coming at you. He'll redirect it, quick action, and if you make him play a long defensive grueling rally, he's very likely to miss. I think this is why Jeremy Chardy was 25 in the world at his peak, and now he's 100 in the world because I think everyone's figured out Shardy. Okay, he's got a big serve and not much else. He's got big, powerful ground strokes, but if you give him lollipops, floaty balls, low balls, a variety of uncomfortable shots, he's going to make a bunch of unforced errors, and that's pretty much what Roger did. That was the game plan. Roger won't play like that against Chung because he can't. He'll have to attack him, and we'll get to see that attacking tennis that Roger has perfected. No one in this era, no one in these generations, these recent generations, my lifetime, has really played this kind of attacking. McEnroe, I want to make a video about this down the road. I probably will. McEnroe kind of invented the SABR. He was the first person to kind of kamikaze run into a serve and just block it and get up to the net to play a volley. McEnroe did take the ball very early, but the difference is McEnroe's got that stupid idiot. Sorry, he's not a stupid idiot. He's a legend. I love McEnroe. He's got a continental grip like on a serve, right? He's got a continental grip on his backhand, on his forehand. So awkward. I don't have space to do it, but it's like... So McEnroe is basically volleying every shot he hits. McEnroe is using his nice footwork to get in early to the court and just punch back, block back, with a little bit of a swing. Whereas Roger's winding up a little more and putting more on it. Roger's producing a lot more power. Roger's got better ground strokes. McEnroe just had amazing touch, amazing timing. Roger's got that too, but he's got more power on his ground strokes, and he's just a bigger, faster, stronger guy than McEnroe in general. So Roger is doing the best version of this game that I've ever seen. And McEnroe was pretty close, but obviously Roger's better. Roger will employ these very tactics against Mr. Chung because Mr. Chung is playing great, but he's playing back. He's pushed back behind the baseline. Let's look at the numbers on the matches. And since today is a short day and we got Munchkin tennis to do, and I already did a show, this is going to be a super short show now. So let's one more comment. One more comment before we do that. Indian Wells, 98. This is from Shashank Zagar, that's German. Sagar, not Zagar. Shashank, tell me how I did on your name. MKD is also featured here, interestingly. Indian Wells will be the 98th title of Federer. Miami will be the 99th. Istanbul will be number 100. French Open will be 101. Hala will be 102. Wimbledon, 103. Cincinnati, 104. The U.S. Open will be the 105th title of the career of Roger Federer. Shanghai, 106. Basel, 107. World Tour Finals. What the fudge? 108. Let's go, 23 Roger. Michael Walker says, this is delusional. It's not delusional. It's reasonable expectations of the GOAT, right? I don't know. All right, let's look at these numbers. First off, let's go to Twitter really quick because, this is the best thing from the match. Omar Leandro at the Omar of Oz. Great Twitter name, Omar. Omar said, at Coffee Break 10s, you can follow me and tweet me just like Omar if you go to Twitter and follow at Coffee Break, TENS, like the number 10. They wouldn't let me fit tennis. If you want to follow me on INSTANTgram, where I'm actually... got some plans for INSTANTgram. I'm going to start putting some interesting content on INSTANTgram. Small, very short form videos. It'll be very funny stuff only. Instagram will be nonstop comedy. So follow me on Instagram. I'm not doing it yet, but it's coming. You might as well follow now at Coffee Break Tennis, spelt out all the way, just like here on YouTube. At Coffee Break 10s, Omar says, picture perfect. It's only the 5th time. Oh, yes, 5th time. Federer has won a match, not by retirement, without losing a first serve point. So who are these players? You'd say Shardy is not a great defensive player, not a great serve returner. So who else? Well, TFO last year at the Swiss Indoors Basel und die Schweiz. First round, 21 of 21. Of course, 2014 World Tour Finals. What the fudge? Andy Murray. That was the year where Roger double-bageled Murray, but then I think 5-0 in the second set. Was that when he let him? Yeah, it had to have been. He let Murray, everyone knew it. It was so obvious. He let Murray win a game, so it wouldn't be a double bagel to avoid the embarrassment because, look, they're in London. So who could forget that match? Murray's a great defender, returner. Janko Tipsarevic, another good defender, returner. He did it to him at the Swiss Indoors Basel und die Schweiz second round 2010, 25 of 25. And then the most first serve points that Federer's won without dropping a first ever was in 2006, Tokyo. Benjamin Becker, the guy who beat Agassi in his last match ever at the U.S. Open 2006, 29 of 29 for Roger on first serve. Wow. So we go to the stats now that you know all that stuff. I had so much good stuff for today's show, and I'm not going to get to it because we're all out of time. Don't worry. Don't worry. Some of those wonderful comments and stuff I want to talk about today, I'll probably save them for next time. We might have to just save everything for Monday because we're going to be loaded this weekend with Federer winning another tournament. Federer against Shardy, 51% first serve in. He will need to raise that number for Chung. He will need a little higher than that because Chung is a better returner. But he won't need any higher than that if he has numbers like this. 25 of 25. It's 100% on first serve. Come on, baby. 19 of 24, 79% on second. Roger lost 5 points on serve total. They all came on the second serve. Jeremy Chardy served much higher percentage, 67%. And why didn't he win? He had a better serve percentage because he went 71% on the first, 38 on the second. All right, there was an interesting comment that I should address really quick because I got to go. Dan at Dan TABLAS, BILAS on the Twitters at CoffeeBreak10s. Why does Fed step back during Shardy's second serve? He's been doing that for a while. Well, me and Pete made a tennis instruction video over at Crunch Time Coaching, one of our head sponsors here. You can go to Crunch Time Coaching and work on your tennis game. There's tennis lessons on our YouTube channel at Crunch Time Coaching on like literally everything you can think of in tennis. And one thing we talked about was return of serve variety. Roger's been mixing up his looks when he lines up to return your serve. So sometimes Roger backs up a little. Not a lot, but sometimes he backs up a little. Sometimes he just stays right on the baseline. And sometimes he takes big steps inside the court. And he did it all against Shardy, but right, one thing we don't see a lot of is Roger backing way up like he's Rafa. And he did it. Now, if you watched on Tennis Channel, I point to the TV because Tennis Channel's on right there. Every time you see me, I always have Tennis Channel on there muted. Jim Courier, if you watched Tennis Channel, was saying, wow, Roger at 5-all in the first set, Jeremy Chardy's serving, gets broken, Roger holds 7-5, he wins the first set. That's the story of how that happened. And Shardy double faults twice in that 5-all game, and Jim Courier credits Roger stepping back right as the toss goes up. Because Jeremy Shardy's got a serve in his head. Okay, I'm going to hit a kick serve at the body. It's a smart play. And then all of a sudden, you're tossing, and then you see in the corner of your eye, oh, Roger's backing way up. Roger's backing up. And Shardy tried to change his serve. He tried to slide. He tried to angle it off the court because if you're that far back, there's benefits to it. Rafa does it all the time because you have time for the ball to go up and come down, right? Shardy's second serve, it kicks high. He's a big guy with a big serve. He's going to be able to kick that ball high. It comes up, it comes down. It's in a comfortable strike zone. And then Rafa can just hit this rainbow shot that goes real deep, really safe because he puts so much spin on it. You don't have to worry about missing. Like, you're guaranteed you're always going to get that serve back in play. And the game plan with Shardy, obviously, for Federer, I think, was Shardy, he likes pace. Just give him a lot of rallies with, not a lot on the ball. Just keep it deep. Don't hit it too hard, super hard or anything. And let Shardy make mistakes. Let him hit himself out of the match. He's going to make an unforced error. Seems like that happens with Shardy. If you don't give him something fast that he can just redirect with all of his power, then he seems to struggle to create shots out of nothing, especially as the rally goes longer and longer. So Rafa knows that, that's his game plan against almost everyone. It's like, okay, I'm going to back way up. I'm going to roll this thing in deep. I'm going to get into a rally, and I'm going to win it because I'm Rafa, and I'm the king of the rally. Roger goes into this match knowing, okay, compared to Shardy, I can play defensive tennis and just keep long rallies going, and Shardy won't be able to hang with me very long at all. So maybe, I don't know exactly what Roger was thinking, but maybe he was dropping back on second serve just because he knew, hey, this is a good way to guarantee I get this big server's serve back into play, and I can hit that rainbow shot. We saw Roger hitting that Rafa-like rainbow deep topspin forehand, and I can make this guy hit some errors, and I can break his serve that way. So maybe that's what they were thinking. Obviously, as Jim Courier pointed out, a couple times Roger backing up right when the toss goes up made Shardy try to change his mind where he was going to serve and double fault, including on break point. Very crucial. I mean, that was the first set right there. Players shouldn't do that. You should just stick with what you got. But then I thought to myself, Federer does that sometimes. Sometimes he sees something out of the corner of his eye, changes the serve last minute, and hits an ace. But, he's Federer. Not everyone can do that. So let's look at the Chung stats. All right, so Chung, 58% first serve in. His serve percentage will have to go up if he's going to beat Roger. He's going to need a much higher first serve percentage. But here's the interesting thing about the Chung match, which he won 6-1, 6-3, but he should have won 6-1, 6-0. He was up 6-1, 5-0. His first serve in the first set went in 71% of the time. Chung won 92% on the first serve and won 100% on the second serve. So in the first set, Chung only lost 1 point on serve. Are we shaping this up for a major clash between the Fed and the Chung? On the second set, though, Chung, big dip, 53% first serve in, 62 win on first, 42 win on second. So I think this was like a nerves thing. It looked like Chung had a hard time closing out that match. That obviously won't work against Roger. So, hey, worst case scenario, if Roger's game is not flowing the way it usually does, they get into a third set, Chung has the lead, Chung gets a little nervous, and Roger makes him pay way more than Pablo Cuevas can. So the bottom line is Chung will have to play better. He'll have to play better, especially in the latter stages of the match if he's winning. And Roger doesn't really have to. Roger can do the same thing he did. He'll just, obviously he'll have to change the tactics a little. Can't play as defensive with Chung. But I think Roger has this match. I think for those of you who want to see top form Djokovic versus this version of Roger, this is the closest thing we'll get for a while. Hopefully Djokovic gets healthy and we get to see it. I don't know. It could take a long time. Djokovic may never play that well again. You don't know. We don't know. We hope for the best for him. Yeah, he's a great champion. So, that's it for me today. Play the music. I'm getting out of here. And I'm not even going to put comments and cool, interesting stuff at the end because as soon as I disappear, I'm going to cut the music and the video is going to be over. So bottom line, what do I think will happen? I think Roger will win this match, and it likely can be in straight sets. It just depends on how well Roger's playing. Are the serves going in? Are the ground strokes flowing? Not a lot of unforced errors. If Roger's feeling it, he will be able to attack and take out Chung because he knows that's the only way, right? He's not going to let himself get into this defensive battle with Chung where he could lose. He just won't do it. I don't think Roger's going to let that happen. Roger knows the key to success here. He's going to move in, attack, take away time, apply pressure, and we'll get to see a very interesting match. See how young man Chung, who some people who commented, I'm going to have to feature it next time. I was going to do it today, but I won't. Someone asked me, Matt, who do you think will be the next #1 in the world who's not a Big Four member? And I thought, man, that's really tough. So first I want to ask you, comment below, who do you think will be #1 in the world who's not in the Big Four right now? And, I'd love to say, oh, it's going to be El Chapo or Grigor Dimitrov is going to play attacking tennis all the time like Roger and he's going to dominate. That'd be cool. I hope that happens. I still think it's possible, but Dimitrov, we'll see. Chung may be one of those guys. So we'll see tonight. We'll learn a lot about it. It'll be very interesting. Thanks for watching Coffee Break Tennis. Of course, I'm your host, Matt Bradshaw. We'll very likely be back tomorrow to talk more about this exciting tournament in Indian Wells. Heck, maybe we'll even talk about Milos Raonic. See ya!